Teacher Prix, is there an easy way to learn English? That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Coming up. Hey friends, Teacher Prix here to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. First and foremost, thank you so much for joining me on another English lesson. If it's your first time here, well, consider subscribing because every week I make different kinds of English lessons to help you become a better and more confident English speaker. Today is another episode of Ask Teacher Prix, where you ask me questions and I answer them. I got this question from another follower on Instagram. So do you follow me on Instagram yet? No? Fine. It's no problems, Let me know your questions because your question could become a video here on YouTube. How cool is that? This is student asked. Teacher, is there an easy way to learn English?
Well.
This is a tough question, huh? Now guys, easy or difficult can be abstract ideas, okay? What is difficult for me may be easy for you. What is easy for you may be difficult for me. But I understand your question, okay? I think that sometimes when students study alone, they come up with hard routines or a very stressful process that ends up making their lives more difficult, and then they make this association with English like, oh my God, this is so hard, this is so difficult. So here I'm going to be giving you 6 ideas that together will make learning English an easier task for you, okay? Now, the first thing, don't focus too much on memorizing information. Instead, focus on trying your best to use that information. Oftentimes, I see English learners feeling very worried, very stressed about the rules and the prepositions and how they use this, how they use that. And don't get me wrong, these are all important things. But at the end of the day, while you are focusing too much on memorizing the rule and memorizing it, how about implementing a little bit of what you learn instead of focusing on memorizing? How about trying to use the information you study and let go a little bit of that, oh, I've got to memorize that. I've got to create a new flashcard to memorize this phrasal verb. Don't put so much pressure into memorizing information. Focus on how you're going to use that. Because all I'm talking about here is take the pressure away. Because we're not machines. You are not a computer.
And a robot. Not a robot.
You're not going to memorize 100% of everything you learn. But if you begin to focus on using something here, something there, even if you do it incorrectly, it's a much better process than simply spend a lot of time repeating the rules, okay? The next thing that I'm going to talk about is make your English practice a habit. Because when something becomes a habit, it gets easier for you to do. If you're constantly changing things, if you don't have a specific schedule to study English, or if on certain weeks you study 10 hours of English, but then on other weeks you study 1 hour and 2 hours, then your brain doesn't really have a standard process, a standard routine. So make a good English habit, and making English become a good habit in your life will require thinking about the activities you do. And the first point I mentioned just a few minutes ago is very important. If you constantly sit down to study and you grab those really long books of grammar or those really long books of vocabulary, then you are going to be implementing a dangerous habit. Of course, those books can be useful, but you need to be careful with the way you use those materials. And this is not something they teach you when you buy the book. They don't teach you how to use the book. They just give you the book with a lot of information. There's not like a manual, oh, do this, follow this. They don't do that. They don't provide you with answers on how to have a better experience with the lessons in those books. That's why I'm always here giving you strategies, lessons, ideas to help you improve the quality of your process, the quality of your routine. But establishing a routine, having a designated place, setting up an environment so that you can study, this will all help you improve the quality of your learning process. Again, easy and difficult are abstract ideas, in my opinion. Why do I say easy and difficult will depend on different points of views, okay? And here another thing that I would encourage you to be careful with. Oh, this lesson is too difficult, so English is too difficult. No. There are challenges. There are different challenges. Just because one lesson is difficult doesn't mean all the things in English are difficult. You start telling your brain that, oh, this lesson was a little bit more difficult, but in general, I can do a good job. If on a certain day you felt like the lesson was more difficult, take it easy. And always have that awareness that one lesson may be a little bit more difficult than the other, but that doesn't need to be your entire practice. So that is something important to think about. Another point that I believe will help make learning English easier for you. Find meaning in what you do. So going back to grammar, because I think grammar is important, not the way books will tell you or some traditional methods will tell you, but I think grammar can be relevant. Simple past. I need to learn simple past. Well, you do, but you know what you need to do? You need to be able to go to a party and talk about a crazy story that happened to you when you were a teenager. You need to go to a job interview and talk about a very nice, successful case that you had in the past at a different company. You need to be able to make a new friend at a restaurant or at a bar and tell them about your last vacation, about your last year, about anything in the past. That's what you need to do. You don't need to learn simple past. You need to learn to talk about those things. When you are in a group of friends and talk about something nice that happened to you in the morning. That's what you need to do. But to do that, you need to learn simple past. But what am I doing here? I'm giving your brain a very good reason for you to study that subject. That's what I mean by finding meaning in what you do. Once you find meaning in the things you study and connect with something important in your life, something you can actually see yourself describing, then it gets easier to go through the process of learning that subject and studying that subject, okay? Number 4, combine different skills. This is my favorite thing. This is something that I do inside the Academy, my online English program. All the time in all the modules. We also have a Facebook group, a private Facebook group, and there I share extra lessons, extra materials that I like to call challenges, and I'm always showing my students in the Academy how to combine different skills so that they can have a better experience, be more productive, and learn different things in English more easily, okay? So what do I mean by combine different skills? One example that I have in the Academy, this month, if you're watching this in April 2021, I gave my students on the Facebook group a different challenge. I gave them a listening challenge. It was a listening challenge combined with speaking. But what extra thing did I use? I used music. They had a song listening challenge, okay? So in April, they were given song activities, but they also combined with speaking. But not just that, because I know a lot of strategies, that's what I do. I gave them different kinds of exercises in the songs that I prepared for them, connected with lessons we learned inside the Academy. Now, if you're not in the Academy yet, well, you have to come, you have to join, my friend. But if you're studying alone, you can do this too. You can combine your reading with writing, your reading with speaking. You can combine vocabulary and speaking. There are different ways, many different ways to combine the English skills. And I have videos here on my channel where I give more details. But remember, always finding meaning in what you do. So point number 3 that I shared with you is very important. Everything you do in English needs to be connected with something relevant. You're not just learning about present perfect. You are learning to describe something you have never done in your life. Wow, I have never eaten Jamaican food. I don't know why. I have a thing for Jamaican food. I need to eat Jamaican food. I give this example a lot on my channel. So when I'm giving present perfect lessons, of course. So I need to try Jamaican food. I have no idea what it tastes like. I don't even know any kind of food from Jamaica. Are you from Jamaica? Well, let me know here in the comments. Anyways, guys, the idea is to combine different English skills. And that way, it'll be easier for you to follow the process. Because if you only sit down to do grammar exercises, oh my God, and I'm doing the exercise, it's so boring. And it'll make you feel that English is too difficult because you're focusing on a skill that, depending on how you study, can be very boring. So you have to be careful, okay? Number 5, and I really like this one. Have an English hobby. Yes, a hobby, but in English. For example, I exercise and I do yoga in English. Priscilla, what do you mean? Are you crazy? No, I'm not crazy. When I say have an English hobby, I mean, when I say I exercise in English, what I'm trying to say is I only do my workouts in English. So when I watch a video on YouTube to see the workout, the person giving the exercises is speaking English. So I learn about the movements. When the trainer is giving motivational speeches and talking, hey, you can do this, she's doing that in English, not in my native language. When I'm doing yoga, I'm listening to the yoga instructor speaking in English and I'm learning about the moves in English. When I'm meditating, I meditate in English. Yeah, I meditate in my language too, but I prefer to meditate in English. When I pray in English. Praying is not really a hobby, but find an English hobby that you always do in English. It's exciting. If you like wine, let's say learning about wine, different kinds of wines, is something you are really crazy about. Why don't you focus on learning about wine, writing about wines in English, learning about events, workshops, documentaries, connected about wine, but in English. Create an English hobby, my friend, because this simple activity will make you enjoy the process more. And when you enjoy the process, it gets easier, okay? I'm not saying it gets easier like, oh, I know, it's easy. No, that's not what I mean, okay? I don't mean easy in a stupid way. I mean easier so that you feel good about yourself and then you will be able to see more improvement, okay? And hey, if you're enjoying this video, my friend, let's all be positive and hit the like button. And if possible, if it's not much to ask, share this video with your friends because you could be helping someone with the ideas that I'm giving here in this video. So I'm sure you can help too. So share and like. Moving on. Number 6, understand that fluency is communication, not perfection. I feel so happy when I receive comments, emails, audio messages from my students in the academy, from the BSA, telling me that they finally understood what fluency is. They can communicate, they feel more confident, they remember words in English, they understand their favorite songs in English, and they also understood that they are never going to be perfect. And when you think of perfect, you think of 100%, but it may not necessarily be that. It may be like 99%, 95%. So only when you get to 99, you're going to feel happy. Only when you get to 95, you're going to get happy. It's about enjoying the process and being able to communicate, being able to explain something to someone when you have no idea what the word is, but you explain, you use your imagination, and you get it done. That's what fluency is. It's about speaking with confidence, even if you don't know all the words in the book, because you never will. And when you finally understand that this is what fluency is, you take it easier on yourself. And that is a very important part of the process. If you want to learn English more easily, if you want to feel good about your process, if you want to feel good about your English and about your results. Now, I want to know here in the comments, which was your favorite idea? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? Let me know, and other than that, I'll see you next time. Bye!